In the last episode, it was a bit of a quiet one, so I was finally able to start working on building my main base. And I got pretty much the first two floors done of that, at least of the core area. I was also able to go and get a ton of loot from cargo, which was good. But in this episode, we're going to be working a bit more on my base and also going to go and do a new monument as well if we get a chance. So let's return to a week in Rust. How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome to a beautiful morning here in Rust. We're going to head over to the power plant, kick things off by doing one of the monuments. And I'll take the green card and the blue card because I want to do the puzzle over there to get a red card and just basically loot the place. I'm not sure if I've got a fuse in here. I'm pretty sure I'll have a fuse over in the furnace base anyway, if I don't have one in here. But yeah, I want to get a red card so we can do maybe the launch site puzzle or oil rig, something like that. Let's grab some cloth here. I'm going to need a little bit of material here for bandages because there is quite a lot of rads over where we're going. So let's just close up shop here and we'll go grab a fuse. I'm pretty sure I've got some fuses over here in the furnace base, and then we'll start the long trek across the map. Let's see, we got to go around the bay here. Go past Outpost. It's not that far, actually. It's not like it's on the other side of the map. So it'd be good if we found a horse, though. And it's kind of a good opportunity to get out and about and scope out the other players' bases in the area. Keep an eye out for players. Thought I saw something down there, but maybe not. But yeah, looks like people are definitely getting their compounds up and stuff like that. They're shooting floors already. I'm a little bit behind with my own main base because it took so long to secure us a decent spot. But we're going to hopefully rectify that pretty soon. I want to start working more on that later today. What do we got here? Wow, there's actually stuff left in here. Nothing too special, but I'm surprised there's anything left in that. Usually people just take everything. Little wooden base there. Now there's a few little bases in the same area here. Some of these wooden bases would be pretty easy to raid if I could be bothered. Most of the time they're not worth it though. Another big base over there. That guy's got his honeycombing up. That guy's got a couple of windmills. He's got his power set up and stuff. Probably got a couple of turrets in there. Oh, is he up there on the peaks? Oh, he's shooting at me. I think he hit the tree. He's roof camping. Let's maybe take a big wide berth around this base. The Tommy gun doesn't have that much range on it. I'm not sure what gun he's got. Probably a, I don't know. It seemed like it had a silencer on it. It's probably a silenced SAR or something. But yeah, we'll take a big wide circle around that base. Quite a few people with their compounds up already over here. This guy's got a shooting floor, a couple of wind turbines. Hasn't put his embrasures in yet, but pretty advanced. Just passing outpost. Let's see if we've got a crate over here. I can't be bothered hitting the barrels. Plus, I didn't really bring anything to hit them with. Couple of rad suits there. That's pretty nice. They always come in handy. Slap them on. one-piece outfit. And we've hit the desert. I can just about see the cooling towers of power plant. Wait, there's a horse over there. Is there a player around? Maybe they were going to outpost. It's a weird place for a horse to spawn. Nice. Get a flame turret. I guess we'll take the horse though. We're definitely not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Literally. Such an old-fashioned saying, that one. Alright, we've got some transportation. See if we can elude the pig. We're practically there already though. Still, this will be good for getting back. There's a balloon over there as well. Hot air balloon. Couple of them. Take your pick. I guess we'll leave the horse on the outskirts here. I don't want to make it super obvious that I'm looting the power plant. I'll just have to remember this location. Southeast of the power plant, roughly. But yeah, let's go loot the power plant. Have to keep an eye out for players. This is a pretty popular monument. It's probably one of my all-time favorite monuments, though. I don't know what it is about this monument. I just love it. Plus, you can get a red card here. There's quite a few green crates, or chances for green crates to spawn. And it just looks cool, I think. So we'll thoroughly loot this place. And then we'll do the puzzle to get a red card. There's actually 3 recyclers in power plant. It's kind of overkill, but I usually try and use the one in the puzzle room if I can, because it's kind of the safest one. Okay, there's a crate up there. It's just a regular brown one though. This is a really good spot to get meds early too if you don't have the blueprint for them, because there's a couple of potential med spawns here. As long as you can get in here, because there is a fair bit of radiation. Very intense radiation in a couple of areas. I guess we'll check the first cooling tower here. I think that's an animal. Sometimes I like to just listen and see if I can hear anyone. Okay, these haven't been looted though, so that's a pretty good sign that we might be here by ourselves, at least at the moment. I'll probably recycle most of this stuff. Usually end up with more loot than I can carry when I do power plant. Ooh, what do we got here? Ah, smoke. Smoke grenade. I thought it was a supply signal for a second. I very rarely use smoke grenades. Sometimes situationally they can be handy for raiding. Okay, this is where we're going to get some radiation even though we're wearing a rad suit. I might check this train carriage back here first. This is one spot where you can often get either a food crate or a med crate. Okay, what do we got? Ah, bandages. But you can get med sticks there, or a large med kit that you can recycle to get a med stick if you need it for if you need the blueprint for it and stuff. Plus, it's just good to get free meds. Mind you, you do cop some radiation getting in there. It's a bit of a downside. Okay, what do we got up here? Another camera. I'll need to save those for making turrets later on. No, don't think I need 2 sets of fins. You don't really need fins at all, to be honest, but they're kind of a luxury item if you do underwater labs or whatever. Right, what do we got? There's one potential green crate spawn the halfway along this pipe here. We got a brown crate. Couple more gears. We're gonna need an absolute ton of gears for all the garage doors I'm gonna be putting in my base. I've already put a bunch of garage doors in, but we're gonna need a lot more. Plus you use them for all sorts of other stuff like hatches, etc. We might go out the end here. You do take a bit of fall damage if you jump out midway back there in that hole. Pretty much back up to full health again. Trying to move quietly here. I like to check if there's a locked crate here, because sometimes you don't realize and there's a locked crate and all these people are coming to try and get it. Okay. So, I'll check this carriage and then we'll go up the tower. Sometimes this is a green crate as well. And for some reason I usually always get the best loot up this tower here. So we got another green crate here. Oh, we got some pipes. I guess that's good. But we got 2 large med boxes here. These can be handy because they pretty much refill your health bar to max over time. I like using them for when I'm flying a minicopter or something like that where I can't heal with bandages or regular med sticks. Now, up these stairs is one of the places where I seem to get killed the most in power plant. So I'm just going to be a bit sneaky here. Probably not necessary. I think I've given myself away anyhow. If there is someone up here. Yeah, I think we're okay. Some more gears. Beautiful. This is a great peak spot here, by the way. There's a lock crate over there sometimes. Whoops. So yeah, usually you'll end up with about 500 scrap if you do power plant. And often that's without even hitting any barrels. But if you want to go crazy and hit all the barrels around the outside and stuff like that, you can get a ton of extra scrap and components and stuff. Couple of research or repair benches, I should say, up here. Let's just change those. I might actually wear one of those because they're a little bit better camo than the astronaut suit. Okay, that pig there. I thought I heard footsteps for a second. I think we're good to start on the puzzle just about. There's a couple of other crates around the outside, but they're not that great. There's another med crate. Actually, 2 other potential med crates you can check. around the outskirts, but we won't bother. I haven't got any space left anyway. There's a barrel here. You can hit 2 if you really feel the need. I'll check in here for a crate. Get a brown crate here. Let's chuck that out. Okay, so for the puzzle here, we have to hit a switch under the stairs. Let's just check the recycler. That's one of the recyclers there. Probably the one I would use if I wasn't doing the puzzle. But yeah, you flick this switch here, and then you've got to go diagonally across the other side near where the first cooling tower is that we went to. For those of you that aren't familiar with the puzzle. Yeah, so we're going to head across. You've got to kind of be fairly fast when you're doing this because it is on a timer. It'll reset if you're too slow. But this little shed over here is the one we're after. Just keep an eye out for players here. And this can also have a med box in it. This time it's a food one. But yeah, here we have to flick these 2 switches. And head back to the main building. Back this way. And this is where we're going to need our cards. So there's actually two doors you can use the green card on. I usually use it on the second one. This one here. And grab a fresh green card off the table. And then we're going to need to flick a switch. Let's just check this crate here. We got a targeting computer. That's pretty nice. So flick this switch here. We'll jump up this way, but you can go up the stairs as well. Another green crate. We're getting quite a lot of these today. I kind of want to take that F1 in case we do Bradley again. Save me a little bit of gunpowder. Okay, so we're going to need our fuse in there in a second, but we might actually chuck some stuff in the recycler to free up some space in the old inventory here. Nice chunk of high quality. I'm going to need as much of that as I can find. So we'll just recycle all this stuff up. I'm not going to need that flame turret. I don't really use them. They're really noisy as well. Okay, so now we chuck our fuse in here. And we should be able to use our blue card on this door here. And this is where we get the red card from in here. Let's grab all that. We'll recycle some of that. There's also a research table in here. If you need to use it. You know, you might have found something while you were looting that you want to research and have enough scrap. It's fairly convenient. Okay. That is pretty awesome. We got the red card. Let's finish recycling the junk in here. I want to hang on to those springs. Nice. A little bit over 500 scrap. So we're going to head back to base now. Should be a much quicker trip than the trip over here because we got that horse. But we're not quite finished. We're going to check this spot in here. In this underground pipe system. So right here, as you can see, you have a chance of getting another green crate. And that's pretty much all we're going to loot today. Look at that floating pig. What the hell? He just casually floats across there. That's really weird. Anyway, where did I leave the horse? Did I say? I think I said southeast, didn't I? It was near one of those power things. I think it's over this way. Hopefully we can get back without getting murdered by someone on the way. Like that roof camping guy. There it is. Let's give it some bear meat to eat. It's perfectly normal food for a horse. I was hoping to find some food. Let's check this box here. Make sure our horse has got max energy. You feed it some chocolate as well. Probably not the healthiest thing to feed an animal. Or a human, probably, for that matter. I love my chocolate though. Chocolate's good stuff. Alright, let's go. So we'll head back to base. And then we might start building. Working more on the base. Okay, looks like we get back in one piece. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, we got a good chunk of high quality there. Some other components, a bunch of scrap, which is always good, and some red suits. So that's pretty nice. We'll put the grenade in here with these ones that I had left over from doing Bradley. I'm gonna have to start transferring all of this stuff over to the main base as soon as I've got enough storage to put it in. But let's just stick some of this stuff away in here. And then we're going to head back over to the main base and start, probably start working on the external TCs. So we've got some grief protection. It's pretty important to get those in as soon as I can. That way if I do get raided, which is highly likely, hopefully they won't be able to grief the base and stuff like that, and I'll be able to fix it up. That's the whole idea. And eventually I want to get a compound set up. And we're gonna have another couple of levels on the base as well, so shooting floors and stuff like that. And electricity, but we got a lot of work to do before we get to that point. Man, I got 1,500 scrap already. That's crazy. It's always good when you already know most of the recipes. I might make a few garage doors to take back and throw up in the main base. And I'll probably need some windows. So let's get these crafted. 4 TCs, strengthened glass windows. I'll make a couple of shutters as well. I like to use shutters on my main TC and battery compartments, so it's not easy to see what's inside of them. You know, theoretically can confuse raiders. Okay, we're back at the main base, guys, and I've just set up like this counter for the electricity system that I will eventually set up, and I've got some root combiners there as well for later on, just so it's easy to get in there. Once I've got the loot room set up here on this side as well, I will be putting shutters in both of these. So I've already got some shutters in the TC compartment. Now we've got shutters on that battery compartment. And I'll obviously be sealing those off with windows too, eventually armored windows. So the idea is both of those compartments are going to look identical to raiders that come in, and if they spot them through the chests, which they eventually will, they're probably not going to know exactly which one is the TC. So it could potentially make them waste a bit of time and explosives getting in. It's all about frustrating the raiders. Like, the more time you can buy yourself, the better as well, because the longer they take to raid your base, the more time you've got to log back in eventually and hopefully counter them, I guess. Okay, so now we've got both of those loot rooms set up with boxes and everything. That's definitely going to give me more storage space to bring some stuff over from my other two bases. I've put a bunch of garage doors through here, as you can see. Probably add to that later on. It's just going to be super locked down with garage doors. And I'm going to put an armored door out here. This is kind of going to be the main entrance from inside the outer shell of the base that I'll build later. So we'll put an armored door here. That'll make things a little bit better for defense as well. And eventually we'll have some loot rooms up on this level with a bedroom to respawn at. But I really need to finish off this honeycombing down here so it matches the rest of the base. If I can get that one placed, there we go. But yeah, I'll just get this done real quick because I think the server's about to restart. And then we'll start work on the external TCs after that when we come back. Okay, the server reset and it's back up again now. So I just came over here to the large furnace base to get some building materials and some other items. I have plans for those skulls, guys, trust me. But mostly I'm going to need stuff like the stone and whatnot, and particularly metal frags. Wait, what's that? Someone's out there with a jackhammer. What the hell, man? They're stealing my nodes. I can hear him running around out there. Okay, we got to deal with this guy. I'm going to have to stick all the building materials in a box somewhere, and we'll go out there and find this. This guy's stealing all my resources. Alright, let's try and find this guy. Where is he? I think this is the first time anyone's come over here farming. Oh, what's this? Someone's built a base right here. Just above mine. What the hell, man? I've been traveling back and forth along the coast, so I didn't notice this thing spring up here. I wonder if he's inside it right now. I can't hear anything. It's got metal door on there. Yeah, we definitely can't have a base here. I'm going to have to do something about this at some point. I don't know where he went though. He was jackhammering all the nodes. Now he's disappeared. Let's just wait here for a little bit and see if he comes back, I guess. If this is his base. I'm assuming it is. Here we go. Let's see if this is the jackhammer guy.
Fuck you.
Oh, he's not happy. I can see why as well. He's got a full inventory here. Yeah, he's got the jackhammer on him. This is him for sure. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take all this stuff. Let's take that. Ah! Die! I think he was resigned to his fate. He's been a busy little bee. Alright, let's maybe head back to the main base and we'll take his horse as well. Looks like he hasn't got any horseshoes on it. Might be asking for too much. Man, he's gonna be upset, eh? He definitely sounded like he was not happy with me. Back at the main base now, guys, and partly thanks to the guy we took out back there, I have definitely got enough stone and wood now to start working on the external TCs for some grief protection. I already started sort of working out if I could set up the first one, but unfortunately on one side of the base I still have to wait for the old external TC from the base I raided to decay before I'll be able to fit mine in there. And I made this little loot room here on the second floor as well as a bedroom. So the base is starting to shape up here, which is good. We still got a lot to get done though. So yeah, on that side over there, I'm going to have to wait for that to decay away, which shouldn't take that much longer to get that one built out. But yeah, we can put another 2 external TCs on this side anyway. So let's measure this one out. We go out 10 here, I think it is. This is basically just to measure the distances and make sure they line up exactly right and stuff like that, so that the external TC supports the a third of the external shell for the outer shell of the base. But the key thing is here, you don't want to connect the external TCs to your main base, or it will automatically destroy the main TC. So you've got to have them. You've got to have them so they're close, but not actually connected to the main base. I want to be able to demolish these. I'll just let that other part decay. Kind of go through a fair bit of wood in this process, but it's just the way it is. This is probably the trickiest part of coming up with this base design, is making sure the outer shell and the multi-TCs work and fit together properly. But I'm really pleased with how it turned out after a lot of trial and error. Hopefully I can remember how this goes. That goes there. Then we need a triangle foundation. Whoops. Get rid of that. Right there. Cool. So it looks like it's touching the main base, but it's actually not connected to it. And I'm going to have 3 external TCs, each supporting a third of the external shell of the base, as well as the gatehouses. There's going to be 3 gatehouses as well, obviously. But yeah, the gatehouses are just going to be simple 1x1s. There is a bit of a hill here, which might make things a little bit weird, but we'll see how we go. I was actually hoping to have a vehicle garage incorporated into this gatehouse, but I don't know if this side is going to be the best side for it. the hill might throw a spanner in the works here. Let's see. I'm going to have to go up half a height there. And then we'll need our external TC at the end here. Not sure about this section here, but we'll figure it out. This is why it's always good to find a super flat, large area that's super flat. Let's get rid of this. See how that goes. I might have the gatehouse higher than the lower part that will be inside the compound. But I was hoping to have a 3 square section where I could have a vehicle garage on this side, because this side has got land that I could drive a vehicle on. Not sure how I'm going to do this here. But I'll need at least 3 squares the same height if I'm going to have a vehicle garage there. Anyway, let's get the TC compartment done here. This part here needs to be half height walls for the disconnecting mechanism. Basically a stability system. Hopefully I don't have to use it. But it is super convenient if you do have to use it. Let's put some upkeep in here. Okay. I'm just about out of resources here. I'm going to need more wood and some metal. So I guess we'll go back and grab some more resources out of the base and then come back and finish this thing. Yeah, I'm still not sure about this section here though. So if this is going to be a vehicle garage, the trouble is, because I'm going to have a half height of difference in elevation, I don't know if a vehicle ramp would even fit there to get a vehicle up onto that. Because I'd have to drive a vehicle up into the garage. And that looks like it's too high right there. So maybe I'll have to find another spot for the vehicle garage. Let's just metal this up anyway. Yeah. And then we'll have another little outer compartment here just to increase the raid cost. But essentially this type of external TC would take about, it'll take, oops, we need that to be stone, not metal. But it'll take about 6 rockets to raid. Eventually, when I put an armored window in, it'll be 7 rockets. And times that by 3. And usually it's too expensive for people to bother taking out the external TCs just to grief you. Plus it takes time for them to do. Lock that up. Now, usually I come back for squares with the frames. So we want to come back. That'll be the gatehouse there. I think I'm just going to do a regular 1x1 gatehouse here rather than the vehicle garage, because I don't think the vehicle garage is going to work out in this spot because of the hill. Oops. Okay, the stability's causing me some problems. I think if we put a temporary foundation down here, this is what I usually do. Just so we can join those up. And the idea behind these frames is, I don't know if you guys remember when I raided the base nearby here, but I was able to soft side that with the jackhammer because they just had the foundations down. The top of the foundations are actually the soft side, so you can jackhammer it super easy. But with these frames, they're basically the same as the hard side of a wall. So there's no way people are going to soft side those, which is one of the benefits of doing this type of external TC setup. So this will be our gatehouse. I'm not going to bother putting doors on it right now because we don't have a compound anyway. Okay, so then what I want to do is basically have a frame going from the gatehouse to the outer shell of the base. I don't know if I want to have the...
Hey, I'm just coming over, just checking. I just want to give you a recommendation maybe.
How's it going, dude?
Like if you could build these, went pretty good. I was gonna say, I don't know how high you can build these, but all right, actually maybe if you could put a low triangle right here, and then you can place a half wall right here, and then a triangle on top. You could hide your auto turrets right here to help with raid defense. It's pretty nifty.
A half
Like
triangle.
placing a low triangle right there. Or yeah, like a triangle foundation, but place it low if you can. And then
Is
put
that
a
what you...
half wall like on this side.
Oh yeah, I get ya. This is where I'm going to have the
Yep,
compound
and then you
walls
place
though.
like a half wall here.
Yeah.
It should work. It should work off of it still, just fine. Because this is normally how I do mine too. So that way you have an auto turret here and an auto turret here. So then it helps cover if someone tries to ladder over. Then they just get shot by the auto turrets.
I get ya.
It works pretty good.
And do you put a...
Yep.
Do you
If
put a
want
floor
to.
tile on top of this, or like that?
Yep, put a triangle right on top of it. Yep. And then, yep, that's pretty good. And then you just connect your, whatever your stone walls or your wood walls just right off of this corner right here. Your barricade up on top of this, of course. Works out pretty well. Just a recommendation if you did want to do it. You don't have to. I just saw you building your externals, so it's an extra layer of defense. Then you just got to save up your cameras and your laptop so you can build auto turrets later.
Yeah, I know.
The
a lot of
fun
work,
part
man.
of saving those, though, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Was
Well, good luck.
was that you letting off those fireworks before? Or someone else? Did you see those?
That wasn't, nope, that wasn't me. I
Alright.
just got on like 5 minutes ago. I'm just running around smacking barrels.
Fair enough, mate. Alrighty. See you then.
Have a good one.
What a nice guy. Sounded like he was Canadian. I'm not quite sure how to implement the triangular turret bays he was talking about though. I might think about that for next time, but we'll just keep it simple this time around. Let's just get rid of these. I'll just keep this as a 1x1. Alright, so say that's pretty much the disconnectable external setup here. Let's just make sure this is upgraded so it can't be easily soft-sided. As I said, I'll put the doors on that gatehouse and the windows in there later on, but not much point right now without a compound. And I think we'll start work on this on a second one as well, out towards the lake area. But I'll have to wait to put up the third one for that little stone thing to decay. Let's just get some more materials and then we'll go build the second one. Okay, looks like we have enough upkeep in there for a while. In this one, I'll put the window on that. It's always a little bit of a relief when you get an external TC set up for grief protection. Because you know, even if you get raided, hopefully you're going to be able to recover your base. Alright, well I set up the second external TC over here. It's pretty much exactly the same as the first one we set up. And that's ready to go. So we've just got the third one, which we'll set up later, like I said, and then we'll be good. And we'll put a compound up eventually connecting those gatehouses. But we got a lot of other work to do on the base here as well, which is going to require a lot of resources. I'm going to need a machete too to be able to chop my way up to the next floor, eventually through that wooden floor tile there. But anyway, guys, this is where we might leave this episode for today. I hope you're enjoying this series here in Rust. And yeah, we'll catch up in the next episode. See you then. Thanks for watching.